Is Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu out on a mission to spoil a potential deal between the US and Iran? He attacked Beirut despite US President Donald Trump's and Iran's warning. Resultantly, Iran attacked Israel with a barrage of missiles, and then Israel hit back despite Trump telling him not to do so. So let's break all of this down. Yesterday, Israel, continuing its invasions of Lebanon, attacked the southern suburbs of Beirut, killing at least 2 people and wounding 20. Israel allegedly hit a high-value Hezbollah target in Beirut's Dahiyeh district, which was crossing a red line for Iran. Tehran then fired a wave of missiles into northern Israel, explicitly citing Israel's repeated ceasefire violations in Lebanon as justification. But here's where things get interesting. Trump asked Netanyahu not to retaliate, but Israel hit 3 Iranian cities anyway. Explosions rocked Tehran, Tabriz, and Isfahan. Surprisingly, Donald Trump did not want this. His administration has been in the middle of a delicate negotiation aimed at ending the war. And yet, his friend Bibi proceeded as he pleased, despite Trump saying that he's the one calling the shots. So the question everyone's asking is Netanyahu defying Trump? The short answer is, it looks like it. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy was very direct. He wrote on X that Netanyahu retaliating within hours of Trump publicly calling for restraint was, in his words, compounding the humiliation, and that Trump has simply lost control of this war. Back in Washington, the mood has been shifting as well. Just days ago, the House passed a war power resolution 215 to 208, 4 Republicans breaking ranks to join Democrats. A clarion call against the US administration's handling of the Iran conflict, a war that began on February 28th without a formal vote in Congress. Many senators have argued from the start that the Constitution is clear, that Congress decides if America goes to war, not the president. Now, because it's a concurrent resolution, it can't be vetoed by Trump, but it also doesn't carry the force of law, and it still does need the Senate. So it's largely symbolic for now, but politically, the pressure is mounting, and it seems like Americans don't want their soldiers pulled into another war. But another cloak and dagger affairs shows how the US is becoming increasingly wary of Israel. NBC and then NYT reported that the Pentagon's Defense Intelligence Agency recently upgraded the level of espionage threat from Israel from high to critical. That's the most serious designation in its internal system. NBC officials believe that Israel attempted to spy on Trump's own inner circle, including Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, who was leading nuclear negotiations with Iran, and Elbridge Colby, the Pentagon's top policy official. The White House ruled it out. The Israeli embassy called it completely false, but the intelligence assessment had already been circulating internally and became public quickly. An analyst at King's College London put it plainly. This signals that Israel is increasingly willing to act unilaterally outside of coordination with the US. Netanyahu is certainly testing Washington's patience by going at it alone and defying Trump on the ceasefire, possibly spying on American negotiators and striking Iran while peace talks are live. So all of that brings us to another important question. What would happen if Washington runs out of patience? Could Israel actually afford to lose US support? The honest answer is not really. Israel's dependence on the US goes far beyond weapon deliveries. The relationship includes loan guarantees, R&D cooperation, and diplomatic cover at the UN Security Council as well. On defense specifically, the picture is stark. The US partially funds Israel's Iron Dome and Arrow missile defense systems. Losing that kind of support would leave Israel significantly more exposed to the kind of missile barrages that it's facing from Iran right now. Diplomatically, the losses would be just as severe. Western states that have quietly backed Israel, even Germany, are seen by analysts as potentially moving against it quickly if Washington steps away, whether through UN sanctions or through other UN mechanisms. So to sum it all up, Iran and Israel are exchanging fire. Trump has called for restraint, but he was ignored. Congress is pushing back on a war that it never authorized. The Pentagon believes that its closest Middle East ally has been spying on its own negotiators. And by every measure, the US-Israel relationship is under more strain than it has been in decades. As of now, Trump has posted on Truth Social telling Israel and Iran to immediately stop shooting.